Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ithaqua's Bane bringing you gaming goodness, and we are back with Legacy of Cthulhu, and this is day, hang on, 4. It's day 4. And for day 4, what we're going to do, now that we have managed to find a couple of companions, and we've found an assault rifle, I think it's time to go to the map and have a look at this important event or this quest over here. Let's go back to the book. Bump. Now, previously, we did find, what day was it? It was on day, was it day 1? Yes, it was on day 1. 6 survivors want to spread insanity with a powerful spell which will kill many other survivors. So yeah, that was the important event that we found on day 1 in Hex B2. But at the time, I didn't think I was in any kind of condition or any kind of state to approach that. So I wanted to find a companion. I wanted to find a gun, to kind of help me overcome this, or to sort of investigate this event. And again, let's go back to the map. This is the location, so I'll put a little token here to show these survivors. So what I'm thinking of doing is, back to the book, I don't think I'm going to be bringing Erin. Erin is a young adult female, but she's a coward, so she flees whenever possible. I think I will leave Erin back at the shelter. And I think I'm going to be bringing Vivian with me. Vivian! All right, we'll see what happens. At the moment, we are going to go, and move these out of the way. We are going to go to the next hex. We're going to take the motorcycle, so that will save a little bit of time. Motorcycle can carry 2 people, so that's good. So what we're going to do to begin with, in the notebook, we're going to go to day 4. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We are going to travel to the map. We're going to travel to here, which is going to be C3. So we're going to move to here. And I think, back to the book, I think for the first hex, I could just go straight through to the important event, but I think I'm going to search for, I'm going to search for some medicine, I think. So we go back to here, mind investigation check. So we're going to search for medicine. And that's going to take, for D10, 3 hours. For 5 plus D10, it's going to take 3 hours and 5 hours. So I think I'll, see, 5 hours is going to make it lunchtime already, which doesn't really allow me a lot of time to do the important event or quest if it has a lot of stages. So I'm going to go for the shorter one, which is 3 hours. And that's going to require a mind investigation check. I really need to get that as my first upgrade, I think, once I have enough XP. Right, so Vivian's no good at this. We have no skill, but we do have a mind of 4, so we're getting a +4 to the roll. So first roll for the new day, we need a 6+. Oh, yes, it's a good start to the day. We rolled a 9. So 9 plus 4 is 13. So we get a +3 power bonus. And again, like I did before, I think with the fuel, I'm going to give myself a +3 to the roll in terms of how much we find. So we find D10, we get a 7 plus 3, we find 10 medicine. That is extremely useful. Now, I just want to quickly check something in terms of the ability to carry. Let me just quickly check. I think it was back here under the descriptions. Backpack, every resource unit counts as one item. Okay, so we've found 10 medicine, which is great, really good find, but that's basically going to fill up one backpack because a backpack can carry 10 items and each unit of resources counts as an item. So that's the thing. So let's get the book back out. So we've done that. And it took 3 hours. So it is now 9:30. Okay. And we've got to check for an event. We are in the ruins. So we'll go back to here. We will find the ruins table. Here we go. Okay, green first, unless I say otherwise. We get a 9-4. 9-4. You come across someone. Roll for a neutral encounter on table 19. Okay, let me make a note of that. All right, so we encounter somebody, neutral encounter, takes 1 hour, so I'll just be adding on to the time there. But we have to roll on table 19, right? Yeah, 19. So let's go to table 19. Dump. Table 19. This way. Here we go. Right, table 19. Again, we're rolling a 2 dice. Green first. We get a 9 and an 8. This is rolling a lot of 9s. 9-8. 9-8. A black cat observes you from a distance for a while. Okay. I mean, I don't think my character's necessarily that superstitious. I mean, if it was a dog, maybe I could have checked, maybe rolled the oracle to see whether it was the dog that I lost. But a black cat's good luck or bad luck? Depends if you're a witch or not, doesn't it? Okay, so we're being watched by a cat. I don't think it's going to be some kind of supernatural spy. I don't think I've encountered anything where a cat could potentially be a spy. Right, black cat watching us. So, okay, we're safe, but we do manage. Okay, we're going to spend another an hour for that encounter there, that event. We're now going to travel to B2, go to the map. Okay, so we're moving to B2 where we have this important event or quest. That's going to take me another half an hour on the bike, back to the books. So travel to B2, another half an hour. So it is now 11 o'clock and we are about to start investigating this event, this important event. Now, I don't think we have to roll for another event after this, because technically this is the event that comes up on the tables. I chose to delay it for doing it. So possibly I can do something in this hex first before doing this, I think. But I'm not going to. I'm going to go straight in and we're going to start this important event. Okay, going back to day 1. So when we found this important event, what you've basically got to do is roll up on this table here, this first table here, to generate the plot. Now, what's going on? What is this important event? And you got 4 columns that you have to roll on, and you combine them together to create the plot. So we got 5 plus symbol survivors. Now, that symbol of Lovecraft represents the number of players. Now, when I rolled this up, I was alone. So it was 5 plus 1 because I only had Gunther. Now I'm going into this event and there's 2 of us. So I may change that to 7, 5 plus 2, because technically I have 2 characters now, Gunther and Vivian. Or maybe I'll keep it as 6. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll make a decision later. So they want 2. We got down here, spread insanity. And again, we rolled here and we got powerful spell, which will kill many. So 6 survivors want to spread insanity with a powerful spell, which will kill many other survivors. So The way that this works is you will generate a number of locations. For each location, you then have some kind of challenge, something that you need to do to progress, maybe to find clues or to physically get to the next stage of this event or to get to the next area, yeah? If we think in terms of like video games. And you're basically going to be rolling up locations based on the hex where your where your event is happening. So our event is happening in a ruins hex. So what you'll be doing for each of these steps of the quest or the important event, we're going to be rolling here a d10, and that's going to tell me what the location is. And then we roll here to see which column and then which entry. We find out what's the challenge in that hex, in that location. And if you haven't found the main threat, again, some of these will tell you found the main threat, you are attacked, you found the main threat. If you haven't found the main threat by the fifth action, then the fifth location and event is going to be the main threat, which is going to be these survivors trying to cast this spell. Now, initially, I was thinking that because it was just me at the time, Gunther, I was thinking that maybe if I come across any combat, I would then reduce the number of survivors by the ones that I maybe managed to kill, so that when we get to the main threat, there may not be 6 or 7, because I think even with the 2 of us, I don't think we're going to be able to survive against 7 survivors. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of potential combat and the effect in terms of the main threat. But yes, this is what we're going to be doing. So there's going to be a maximum of 5 locations, but we've got to find the main threat. We could find the main threat in the very first location. We don't know. So let's go back to day 4. So we're going to be doing this important event stroke quest. Now, I have done one of these previously when I did the vampire game. I did, where is it? Here. On, what day was it? Can't remember. But during the vampire game, we did come across an event and we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 basic locations, and on the 4th location, we found the main threat. An elder vampire wants to destroy a vampire and will bring danger to the town. So we went through a depot, a wharf's edge, old warehouse, and we found the main threat on a luxury yacht. So these games do have similarities, but they're not just the same game with different skins or themes. There are differences within the games themselves, which does make them unique. Yeah? The core system is the same. The core premise is the same in terms of what you have to do and how you play, but it's not just a reskin, yeah, not just a reskin of the same game. Right, so we are going to go through a number of locations. So the first location, we arrive in this hex, and we're starting to look for any kind of sign or any kind of clue in terms of how to start searching for these survivors. So we're going to be rolling on the ruins column for the location. So the first location, let's roll with a black and purple dice for this one. So our first location is going to be 7, a deposit. The hell does it mean, deposit? Deposit. I mean, you can also get deposit on the coast. So maybe it's where a huge amount of trash or rubbish has collected, possibly. Deposit. I'm trying to think what else could be referred to by the word deposit in terms of a location. So I'm thinking maybe it could be like a junkyard or like a rubbish dump, or maybe a place where just a lot of rubbish has accumulated after the apocalypse, maybe. Now, what is the challenge? Actually, let's write it down first. Right, deposit trash. Okay, so what's going to be the challenge in this location. So we go to the next table. What is going to be our challenge? Now we have to roll for column and then the actual challenge that we're going to face in terms of a D10 roll. So we will do green for column, black for specific. So we got a 7-1. So 7, well, we found the main threat. Oh, okay. Now, why am I going, Well, the reason I'm going, is because we found the main threat straight away. We found the survivors. They're in the middle of this, like, rubbish dump in some kind of clearing near the center, maybe. They've managed to sort of clear most of the trash away so that they're kind of protected from onlookers or from potential creatures, maybe by the sort of mountains of trash, and they're kind of in this clearing, trying to cast this spell. The reason I'm really going is because when you do one of these important events or quests, you get 1 XP for every step. So if we had found the main threat in the 5th and final step, I would have got 5 XP. As it is, we found the main threat in the first location. So I'm only going to get 1 XP if we survive. Nuts. So I'm going to say that there are 6 because when I rolled it up, there were 6. Even though I've got a companion now. So main threat. So we've got 6 survivors. This is going to be difficult because technically Vivian's just another survivor. I'm going to be rolling up the same as him kind of thing in terms of the bestiary. So 2 against 6 isn't good odds. So maybe there's some other way that I can deal with this. If I take out the leader, would the others attack or would they run away? Again, I'm thinking that would possibly be a random oracle check to see whether they run or fight. If we look at the survivor thing, what's their 4 damage, 4 damage, 6 damage, 7 damage, 8 damage. 8 hit points, 8 stance, 8 willpower. See, one of them's going to have Arcana as well, isn't he? I mean, at least the leader's going to have Arcana because he's trying to do this spell to spread insanity. So he may have other spells. So there must be a leader, I think. Let's quickly roll up some details for the leader and see if it makes them any special. Because I'm thinking that I'm going to roll up. How many spells did we start with? 4, wasn't it? Same as mine. Okay, so let's assume that a standard survivor. Okay, so willpower is mind plus 5. So if you have a willpower of 8, that means they have a mind of 3. So he's going to have 3. Let's say 3 spells, the same as any starting survivor with a mind of 3. So let's roll up some random spells for this leader, shall we? I don't know whether that's going to be possible, is it? 1, 2, 3, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. 46. How am I going to roll? It's not going to be easy to do randomly, is it? I wish there was like a table for random spells. I mean, I'm think the easiest thing to do would just be to roll percentage and just re-roll anything that wasn't 46 or less. I'm thinking that the spell that they're trying to do is to spread insanity. So I'm thinking that one of the leader's spells is Incite Madness, but maybe they've got some kind of maybe they found an artifact to kind of grow the power of the spell. Let's have a look at the artifacts. Anything suitable? Black Mirror? Or a variation of an artifact? I don't know whether I'm going to find an exact artifact to kind of multiply the effect of a spell. I mean, there could be. I haven't really read through them, got to be honest. The Harp of Madness could work. And this peculiar harp made of human bones and tendons can be played with a presence check, weaving a seemingly chaotic ode that resonates within the soul of its listeners. All those who hear the sound of the harp must make a mind survival check, and on a failure, they gain an insanity marker. Oh, yes. So maybe they found a Harp of Madness, and coupled with the spell, Incite Madness gives it a sort of enlarged effect, so it can actually have like we rolled up, they're going to use this spell to create and kill many people. All right, that seems to kind of work. Let me just quickly write that down. Right, so I'll just put here that maybe the leader has this artifact, Harp of Madness, Incite the Madness spell, and I'm thinking that he's also going to have 2 other spells. Again, we're just going to roll percentage until I get something that is, where is the percentage die? There. Within the numbers, which is 46, wasn't it? So we get a 73, no. We get a 3, okay. 1, 2, 3, Astral Projection. I mean, I could potentially just switch them around if it doesn't match. 37, okay, here we go. Excuse me while I count. Right, 37 is see the past stroke future. So, I just made a bit of a note here. Okay, so the leader has his artifact, the Harp of Madness. But he's also got 3 spells. Again, if he's a spellcaster sort of created using the normal survivor rules, then he has a mind of 3. So he's going to start with 3 spells. So Incite Madness, I think he's planning to link it with the harp to make a sort of bigger version of the effect. Astral Projection and See the Past or Future. Now, these were the 2 random ones, but all of them are really high cost. Incite Madness and See the Past or Future is 5 willpower plus 1 insanity marker. And Astral Projection costs 6 willpower and 1 insanity marker. The leader is trying to cast the Incite Madness spell through the harp as he's playing the harp as well. And then that's basically going to increase the effect, increase the space, increase the area where the effect of the Harp of Madness will actually go, yeah? So how can we stop? I mean, we could attempt to destroy the harp, but that would be an extremely hard shot. I mean, even for me, okay, I've got an assault rifle. I can put it on single shot. I've got a telescopic sight, which would normally give me an advantage. But because it's such a small target, I think that would be a disadvantage. So it'd be a standard roll. And I'm only getting a +3 to the roll. There's nothing else I could do. I mean, I suppose I could give the assault rifle to Vivian. He's getting a +5. No, he's getting a +9. Oh, yeah, he's getting a +9. Because his body is 7 and he's got ranged combat, so he's getting a +2. So he's getting a +9. So yeah, okay, we'll switch the weapons around because we're on the outskirts. We're just looking in. Maybe he's starting, so we don't have a lot of time to plan. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pistol. Vivian's going to take the assault rifle. And I'm going to basically tell him to aim for the harp, try and destroy the harp. And then we're going to leg it, I think. As long as we can destroy the harp, I think the spell won't work. So, with Vivian's body, so it's going to be a body ranged combat test. So he's getting a 7 + 2. He's getting a +9 to the roll. The telescopic sight would normally give an advantage, but the size of the harp, the size of the target, I think would give a disadvantage. Small target. So they cancel each other out. Okay. Presence art check. All those who hear the sound of the harp must make a mind survival check, and on failure, they gain an insanity marker. Should I do that? Yeah, I think that the leaders already started to play, literally just started to play. So I think we're going to have to make a mind survival check for both of us, or we get an insanity marker. But then I'm thinking that if he hits it, the damage he's going to be doing is how much? Body plus 3. So he's going to be doing a minimum of 10 damage, which is normally more than enough to kill a survivor. So I think that's going to be enough. Because an assault rifle is body plus 3. So he's going to be doing 10 damage with a successful shot, plus whatever power bonus. So I'm thinking that if he hits it, he's going to destroy it. And I'm thinking that if an artifact like the Harp of Madness, if it gets destroyed, I'm thinking that there's going to be some kind of consequence to the people around it. Like complete and utter madness. So yeah, the first turn, as the leader is starting to play the harp and the other survivors are kind of covering their ears and doing their best to support the leader, we are going to have to make a mind survival test to see whether it hurts us. Okay, on failure, gain an insanity marker. Okay, so Vivian does not have survival, and it is mind. So he's getting a +3 to the roll. 8 plus 3 is 11. He's fine. So Vivian gets an 11. He is good. Right. We also don't have survival, but my mind is 4. So I'm getting a +4 to the roll. Nuts. All right. We fail and we take 1 insanity marker. So it's definitely affecting me. So maybe it was a very good idea to give the gun to Vivian. Right, now that we've kind of absorbed the first few notes of this insane song, Vivian is going to... Oh, hang on. I rolled a 9. I fail. I take 1 insanity. Right. Vivian is going to take a shot at the harp that the leader is holding. Again, the advantage of the scope and the disadvantage of the target size cancels out. So it's a standard roll. He's getting a +9. Body ranged combat. So 7 plus 2. +9 to the roll. Bum, bum. We get a 6. So +9 is 15. So so Vivian shoots the assault rifle, gets a 15. So he hits, so it has a +5 power bonus. So damage is 7 plus 3 plus 5 equals 15 damage. So I'm saying that the harp is destroyed. Now then, what a shot. Harp gets destroyed, the song is stopped, but what's going to happen to the leader and these other survivors that are nearby? Because there's going to be some kind of effect, destroying an artifact. There's got to be some kind of effect. Now, I don't see anything here. Unholy, unpredictable, dangerous. All right, so I'm thinking, based on what the Harp of Madness does, what it's made to do, and this spell that the leader was also casting at the time, it's all about madness. So what I'm saying is that the leader and the survivors around them, all 6 of them, get engulfed with this aura, this cloud of pure insanity, pure madness, and they all fall to the ground. I think the leader would probably be killed by the explosion of the harp, the shrapnel and everything. So maybe the leader dies, but the other 5 guys are just so inundated with these insane energies that they fall to the ground completely powerless, and essentially they're going to be classed as psychos, or what's worse than a psycho? What's more insane than a psycho? What's more insane than a psycho? A cultist? Nah. Mighty psychos? I don't think they're going to be mighty, are they? They're just going to be psychos. Yeah. So basically they become extremely mad, absolutely no humanity left. They've become psychos. The worst of the worst. They're not the most powerful in terms of strength or hit points, but in terms of the levels of insanity, these guys are up there with the worst. But at the moment, and maybe for an hour or two, possibly even a day or two, they're just going to be laying sort of semi-comatose, not being able to do anything. But I don't want to go near there, just in case the effect is still lingering over that area. So me and Vivian, we're going to get out of there. And I mean, when you get rid of a survivor, when you manage to kill a survivor, it does say that for each survivor defeated, roll on table 22 to see what random item they were carrying. Gotta be honest, not really that interested, because like I say, there could be the, what's the word, Dweema? Aura? Area of this sort of madness still there, and I don't want to go anywhere near there. So me and Vivian are going to hightail it out. We're going to get back to the bike, but we do get 1 XP. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to track XP for the other survivors, because it may also affect how they develop as well. And if Gunther does die at some point, I can then take one of the other NPCs as my main character. So I'm just going to put it here, XP. I mean, Erin wasn't here, but she may earn XP later. Okay. So we earn 1 XP each from that. So I'm up to 4 now. And like I say, if we had more challenges and more locations before we met the main threat, I could have actually earned more experience, but never mind. Right. So I'm thinking that this was a fairly big event. I mean, I was expecting to do 3 or 4, maybe even 5 locations, which would have been most of the day, if not the complete day. But since it was just one event, again, this is going to be something that's really affected me. I did get an insanity marker, and it was definitely something that's affected us. So maybe I just go back to the shelter for today. And again, I'm looking at the time for the recording, and the time's getting on a bit. We're done there, so I'm thinking, how long would that probably take? Searching around a sort of junkyard or a rubbish tip, finding a good place to hide, taking the shot, recovering our senses. I'm thinking that when the harp exploded, it also sort of knocked us senseless for a little while, in terms of losing our bearings, kind of, headaches and everything. So I'm thinking that this could potentially be like 3 or 4 hours. Let's put it as a 3-hour occurrence. So that means we are now at 1400. So 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But again, I think I'm going to go back to the shelter, because I think this would have affected all of us. The outpouring of that insane energy, I think it affected us. It may not have given us insanity markers, but I think it affected us and sort of knocked us out. So I think what we're going to do is travel 2 o'clock. We're just going to travel back and rest. Travel to D3, is it? D3, yep. D3, which is underground. And that's going to take, back to the map, that's going to take half an hour, 1 hour. Back to the book. 1 hour, which is 1500. Okay, so we get back to the shelter. I'm not going to do any other actions or events. I'm thinking in terms of the characters just being completely whacked, completely exhausted, completely drained after this harp was blown up. So 1500, we're back at the shelter. We're going to check for horde attack. Right. Check for the horde attack. We get an 8. We're good. We are safe for another night. And I think that's going to be it for day 4. Didn't technically do a lot, but I'm thinking that what we did was useful for you guys, because you can see how the important events work. We've also kind of used an artifact. kinda got to make some updates to what we're doing. So we get another XP because of the day. Now, these guys would have got an XP for yesterday as well, day 3, wouldn't they? So Erin is up to 2. Vivian is up to 3. Okay, don't need to heal. What else? What else? Ammo, we've used 1 ammo, so we're down to 79. Fuel, back to the map. Dump. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 hexes. So back to the book. We've now got 93 fuel. I've got 5 XP. Okay, food. We get 2 food, but we eat 3. So we're now down to 12 food. Again, I've got enough food for the moment, but the water collector's not going to keep us all fed and watered for much longer. I do have an insanity marker right now, too. To heal insanity. Let's get rid of the book for the moment. Checks, range. Here we go. Right. Some medicine, art, and mental health treatments can remove insanity markers. Once a day per target, a survivor can make a presence, art, or general knowledge check on another friendly survivor, removing 1 insanity marker from the target in case of success. Checks whose results are higher than 10 remove 1 additional per power bonus, making this kind of treatment very good. Okay, now the thing is, art or general knowledge. Nope. Presence. 3. I'm thinking I'm going to use one of my medicine, because medicine, rather than get somebody to make a check, medicine is like a automatic. So medicine, every medicine unit allows you to heal 2 hit points or remove 1 insanity marker. Cannot use more than 3 a day. Now the thing is, we found 10 earlier in the day. So if I use 1, we've now got 13. Excuse the movement as I erase. So now we've got 13 medicine, and I have got rid of my insanity marker. Now, that important event went quite well because Vivian is amazing at shooting. But, you know, it can all go pear-shaped at any minute. That's how the game is. You never know. Cthulhu may come to our shelter tomorrow. Yes, that is a possibility, in case you're thinking. If we look at the... where is it? Horde attacks. If you roll a 9 or a 10 to see which type of horde attacks, you could get one of the big guys, including Cthulhu. Although I'm thinking, to be honest, since we're in Berlin with the eternal cold, I'm kind of thinking that it'll be Ithaqua rather than any of these guys. I'll have to come up with some stats for Ithaqua. But it's not going to happen, hopefully. But yes, day 4 is over. We have survived. We have stopped the quest. Back to the map. We've stopped the quest so I can take that token off. Don't need that anymore. And we've, well, I mean, all we got from it was basically 1 extra experience. That's it. But yeah, back to the books. We are now ready for day 5. What are we going to do in day 5? I think I want to start looking for resources. Parts. Yeah, parts and ammo, maybe. We do have a backup. I think, was it on day 3? On day 3, we did find a backup shelter location in case this one gets overrun by a horde. There is a place in C4. Back to the map. C4 here. There is another place there, another warehouse where we can set up another shelter if this one goes down. So we have a backup. Good, good, good. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Short. I don't think it's going to be short and sweet. I think the video is still going to be long. But yes, day 4 is done. Join me for day 5 as Gunther, Erin, and Vivian continue their fight for survival in the eternal cold of post-apocalyptic or post-Cthulhu Berlin. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Add some comments, ring the bell, share and spread the word. You know the drill. But take care, stay safe, and have a great Christmas if I don't see you before. Cheers.